At the moment, we have 6 main research themes that the team supports. We've got the blue carbon and teal carbon program. There's one on citizen science, bring up that point there about bringing people along with us in the journey. And we found that these immersive experiences through citizen science often change behavior towards the environment and the way people run their lives. And I think that is leading to some important changes in the way people live. We have one that's on valuing ecosystem service. So this ecosystem services, so what nature does for us, whether that's coastal protection or providing fisheries or healthy waters and so on. And then a growing theme for us is on restoration and conservation of these ecosystems. There's a theme on microplastics. I'm staggered recently by some of the recent research that's been coming out, including by one of my postdocs, Tanvir, who's found that average Australian shamefully produces 59 kilos of single-use plastic each year, and only 18% of that is recycled. And we started this research because a lot of it's ending up in coastal wetlands, the blue carbon ecosystems. By 2035, we estimate that there'll be 14,000 million metric tons of plastic in coastal wetlands. That's about as much that's about the same quantity as the amount of carbon that's in these wetlands. And then the final theme is on decommissioning of offshore oil and gas infrastructure structures. There's a lot of oil and gas structures offshore that are reaching the end of their production life. They're due for decommissioning. Gulf of Mexico alone, there's 4,000 jackets and 37,000 kilometers of pipeline, which is almost enough to do an entire circumference of the planet Earth. And the liability of decommissioning those structures is quite high. Australia alone, $50 billion over the next 50 years. And so one of the challenges we have is making a decision about whether or not we should remove these structures as is currently legislated around many parts of the world, or in fact, whether they should be left in the oceans. And you probably think, well, why on earth would you do that? Why on earth would you allow an oil and gas company to leave pipelines and jackets in the ocean? And here's where it gets complicated. We have found that some of the highest densities of fish in the world occur on these structures. We've found, there's endangered corals and, rare species, and it's become complicated because we need to understand, well, what if we did leave them in the oceans? What is the impact, both positive and negative, on marine life? How do people feel about this? What impacts might that have, positive and negative, on our economy? So it gives you a sense for the breadth of research. It started as blue carbon, but then, of course, as we come across other problems as a team that we feel like we can make a valuable contribution to, we've developed new research profiles within Blue Carbon Lab.